Hey guys, so today I wanted to come to you to talk to you about a little project we've been working on. So we've been going through the process of determining, do we want to do a tow dolly or do we want a flat tow? So what we ended up doing was we went with a flat tow for a couple of different reasons, most of it just being the ease of setup and breakdown. But the other thing I looked at too was I was either going to buy a new tow dolly or I was going to set it up for flat tow, and a new tow dolly the way I wanted it was going to be around $2,000, and the flat tow, just up front, the flat tow costed me $3,600 to do. It was like $36,133 for the total price of that. So you know, after I weighed it out and I weighed out the ease of use and how you set up stuff and how you do it, it's just a flat tow made a lot more sense to us. But with that done, I will now show you exactly what we done, what our setup looks like, and explain some of the stuff that went on with it. All right, I'll flip this camera around and we will get going. Thank you. Okay guys, so for our flat tow setup, we've got this Blue Ox tow bar, which I want to thank Cindy, our friend she lives in the Villages down in Florida. I met her through another good friend of mine, Jenny, but she actually gave me this tow bar. So as y'all know, those things are between $500 and $800, but the only piece on the RV that has to be installed is this piece right here, and this is just the air gauge. And basically what this does is this runs to a light up in the front of the dashboard that lets you know if the brake is engaged. So it just turns red when it's engaged, and when it's not red, it's not engaged. That's all it does. But this is the only piece that they have to do to the RV. It's just run this one wire, because this just hooks in, you're done. But with that, you know, I did though. I wanted to thank Cindy for giving me that, because it did save us a bunch of money. And as you can see from the start of this, that the install is not cheap. So now I will move around and show you the car, and I'll also explain why we selected this car. And then I'm going to come back to this little thing right here, this brake buddy, and talk about it in just a second. You see our dog right there as well. So we've been here for about 3 weeks, so it looks like we're moving in. So this is the front of the car, and here you see where the base plates were installed. Here's the connection, and what you see here, this is where this hooks into the back of the RV. There's a little wire that actually goes in between it, just hook them together. And basically what that does is just let the air brake system, it lets me know the air brake system is working. Here's the pin that hooks in, that gives everything power to the back. And of course, here's our breakaway, and you know, basically this just stops everything. And I like all this stuff. You know, you don't necessarily have to have a braking system or a breakaway, but you know, I also believe in safety. I don't want to, you know, hurt my car, and I also don't want to hurt anybody else. So you know, I paid a little bit more and went with a better braking system. But now I'll take you back here and I'll actually show you what we got. So here's the air cylinder that controls the braking system. But then back here under the driver's side passenger seat, and I know it's a little dark, it's getting harder to see, but there's the Invisi-Brake system. You see, you can adjust it and everything else. So you can adjust the poundage of brake depending on how hard you want it to stop or how hard you don't want it to stop. You can adjust that, and what it does is all that is actually synced in to this brake. And you could see the wire there before, but they've cleaned that up now. You can't. So when you push the brake inside of the RV, it activates this brake right here, and it helps both stop. So it gives you a little bit more stopping power on both, instead of all the weight just being on the RV. Like I say, in some states it's legal, and you can kind of see the wire here. So in some states it's illegal not to have one of these in some states it's not. So for me, it's just all about safety, and I want to do it. But what we chose, so the car that we got this set up on, this is a 2014 Ford Edge, and the reason we chose this was the ease to set it into flat tow. So with this one, all you literally have to do is put the key in, start the car, put it in neutral, and then turn the key back to ACC, and that's it. You know, this is after you got it hooked onto the tow bar, but that's it. And then the only other requirement is you got to stop at least every 6 hours and turn the car on, put it back in park, and let it run for 5 minutes, just so it don't kill your battery. But other than that, that's all you have to do to this thing. So that's why we selected this car, was pure ease of use. And really most of the Fords are set up like that, but I do think up to 2018 was the last year that you could flat tow a Ford Edge. I don't think the 2019s you can. I could be wrong on that, but you know, it's a really nice car. We've not had any problems out of this car. So you know, we went from a BMW to this, so a lot of times we say we don't like the ride of it, but when you go from a BMW to a Ford Edge, there's definitely going to be a difference in ride. But overall though, that is the setup, and I apologize for all the mud out here. It is Does nothing but rain in Tennessee apparently anymore. But you know, I'll show you again. So here's just all the base plate, here's all the setup, and you know, again, just very happy with it. We've flat towed it already one time. It works very, very well. So just a really cool setup, and it takes us less than 5 minutes to hook it up, and it takes us less than 5 minutes to break it down. Now the last piece I want to talk about is this brake buddy system. So as I said, we went with the air system because I like that better, and it was just easier. With this is something you got to take in and out every time, but it's still a very nice system. And if you go buy one new, they're about $300 to $500, new or used. I think used are more $300 to $500. Used they run, or new they run about $700 to $800. But what I'm wanting to do with this, and you can comment down below in the video, but anybody who might be getting ready to set up for flat tow, or is getting ready to you know, to go through all this process here, if you will reach out to me and let me know, I'm going to try to come up with something and do a giveaway for this. Now the only requirement, there will be a little bit of charge with this, but the only requirement for it will be you have to pay for the shipping, because you know, it is a little bit heavier, so I know it's going to cost a little bit to ship, but it definitely is not going to cost $300 to ship. So whoever gets this is going to be getting a good deal. I'm going to send all the wiring, the books, and everything that go with it. So you should be in good shape. Like I say, the Cindy down in Florida give it to me. I'm very grateful for that, so I want to pay it forward. Obviously, if you know, if it's something you're close by that you're wanting to use and you're close by, you can come and get it, no shipping. And, you know, that's perfectly fine. But again, I'm going to talk about this more on the live stream on Wednesday night, and also I'm going to talk. I was going to talk about getting this set up, but I'm going to talk about that a little bit on Monday night too, because it was a little bit of an adventure to get this job done. But with that, I'm going to close this out. I will let you kind of look around our campsite here. We're one of 2 trailers in a state park right now, so we've almost got the whole place to ourselves. That's been a really kind of neat experience, although it's been cold and rainy and snowy the whole time. But you can see our lake right down here, so it's been really nice. Here's our only other people is way down here on the other end. But again, I appreciate y'all for watching, and I hope you liked the video. I hope you liked the thought of our setup. I'm just trying to give people a little bit of knowledge on it. And Wednesday we will talk about the brake buddy and see what we can come up with, and I look forward to reading all your comments. If you like the video, please you know, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff that we do on here, and I appreciate everybody. Have a great day.